For Arne Slot, the only saving grace is because he won the league.
Yes,
like in his first year.
That's the only saving grace.
But okay, I think arguably you can say that y'all can keep him.
Yep.
But this is where they need to be very careful, because we will say the same thing, right? Like, do you all want to keep him and then see how this thing pans out, and then suddenly find yourself to be like the Eric Ten Hag of
Manchester
United? Yeah, you know.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the Football Kaki. I am your host Elder, and I'm joined by my fellow Kaki bro, Paul. Paul, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing well, brother. Maybe there's a good thing that United don't play on the weekends. So your weekends is rather peaceful and quite enjoyable.
Okay. To be frank, it's a happier weekend, right? Or literally because, right, City and Liverpool lost. That already makes your weekend a bit happier already. F1 side, I don't talk about it. I think that's...
Oh, bro.
There's nothing to talk about. But
I was having a good time, bro.
But I will say this, right? Physical Asia has concluded. I watched finish already.
I watched already, bro. But I don't think we should spoil it, right?
No, I don't think we should spoil it, right? But all the chats online are saying a lot of certain things, a lot of accusations.
They say it's rigged for certain teams, right?
Yes. But I will say this, like I think the one thing that I see on social media that I love about this, right, is that all of the teams are actually getting along.
Oh yeah. You are seeing like the Australian people in Korea, the Mongolians are in Korea.
Correct. No, but it's like they get along like as people, which is cool, lah. It's like there's always understanding that yes, it is still a competition, right? But they're still friendly with one another, lah.
No, it's like they gain friendship after like filming all this, right?
Correct.
Which is very cool, yeah.
But do you see the Whittaker, what he said or not?
What is he?
You go see his Instagram page, right? He was talking about the first day of the filming where it was the first quest, right? He said that they were there at 7 a.m, right? And they started filming the quest at 5 a.m.
The next day?
Yeah. They were there for 22 hours before they started filming, bro.
I'll watch. I think I'll get up to watch the Man Utd game later.
Yeah, same. No, probably not. I don't know. Let me see.
I see my mood. Okay.
I think just to put context, right, we're recording this on a Monday, right? So the United game hasn't been played yet. So by the time this episode comes out, United will have played. So we unfortunately cannot cover the story. I think just to be frank, but we are still loyal Manchester United fans right now. Speaking of which, right, I think we gotta talk about this. Now, before we get into today's episode, a special word from our sponsor.
We would like to take a quick break to thank our friends at HDBK Official for sponsoring this episode of the Chit Chatter podcast. If you've ever run a small business or tried selling online, you'll know how tough it can be. High platform fees, hidden charges, and algorithms that bury your listings. That's exactly what HDBK Official is changing.
HDBK Official is a community marketplace made for local brands and creators here in Singapore. Instead of taking huge commissions, their fees are only 2 to 5% with no hidden fees or transaction costs.
You don't even need your own website. HDBK Official helps you reach new customers, grow your brand, and actually keep more of what you earn. It's not about competing with big platforms. It's about building a fair, supportive space where local businesses can really thrive.
To learn more about the platform or to list your own brand, check out hdbkofficial.com. Thanks again to HDBK Official for supporting the show and for supporting local creators.
And now, back to the episode. Singapore, you made it!
You made it
to the Asia Cup!
Well done, man.
Well done. We all had our doubts about you, right? But I think, bro, let's just talk about this, right? Like, are you happy? Are you proud? What do you think?
It's never been done before. So I think it's pretty mixed feelings. Like one moment they couldn't even make it to the SEA Games. Right?
Yes.
They were like provisional for
no, they couldn't even get, like, even if they made the SEA Games, they couldn't even get out of the group.
Yeah. I said like no. This year because the SEA Games is next month, right, in Bangkok. Yeah. I think only like 2 months ago they qualified for the SEA Games, which is quite insane lah. Like considering like they almost didn't make it, At first, when the provisional squads were saying right, certain sports are not included in SEA Games, and football was actually one of them. And then you fast forward like 2 months, now they qualified for the Asia Cup.
Yeah, no, it's cool, right? And what I love about this, right, is that everybody knows that Singapore, right, we've not been the greatest football country. We love football. But as a football country, right, we are not the greatest, right? So the fact that we were able to beat Hong Kong away from home. And the joy about this, right, is that I think it's a full circle moment for a lot of people, right? Because Fandi Ahmad was a Singapore legend, right? But his son was the one that put Singapore to the Asia Cup. So it's quite cool at the fact that like as Singaporeans, right, is one full circle moment in terms of football, right, where the greatest Singaporean footballer ever, right, his son was the one that did something that even his father couldn't do. I think I'll be giving my support to Singapore football during the tournament.
Okay, let's see how they play against the big boys. Even though it may just be the group stage, but I think it's pretty cool. It's basically Euros but Asia version.
It's a Euros by Asia version. So the thing is that it will be on the 27th. It will be in 2027.
There's like Japan, Korea, Saudi Arabia, already all qualified. So
correct.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. Maybe if you get the luck of the draw, it'd be cool to even like make it past the group stage,
Yeah, we'll see. But
far-fetched thing, but yeah, let's see.
We'll see lah. Currently the tournaments will be held in Saudi Arabia. So Singapore, I hope we do. I really, really, really hope we do well, and I'm hoping that we actually are able to do the country proud lah. I mean, honestly, right?
I mean, like they already are quite proud,
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so let's see how it goes, bro. I think quite sick.
To the Singapore Lions, right? Congratulations. I think you've done a lot of the country proud, even all the people that doubted you, even the two people sitting on this podcast. You have done the country proud, and you have allowed them to finally reach, something that probably many of us thought couldn't be done in a while, because we've come close a few times, right? We just never got past the age, but we finally got past, which is kind of cool. So 2027, beginning of the year, we'll see you all at the Asia Cup. With that, moving on, right, bro? I think let's move on to the main segment of today, which is Liverpool lose again. Bro, we have to talk about this because honestly, right, Ned, I think you're probably a bit tired of talking about this, right? So I got Paul to talk about this today, and we'll talk about it a bit ad nauseum, right? And we also have some things that we want to say, like as Man United fans from our perspective, right? City also lose. Arsenal run away 4-1 winners in the North London derby. And then, of course, we got our match of the week, which is Chelsea versus Arsenal. Arsenal will be playing away at Stamford Bridge. So with that, bro, we do have what's going on today. So what is what's going on?
I don't know, bro. If you woke up this morning, first thing I open social media, right? Because my algorithm is like, very football centric. A particular player has forgotten that he's 40 years old. And he scored a bicycle kick, bro. And that man, it was the man we talked about last week. It was Cristiano Ronaldo, bro.
Yes.
Oh, I think it's pretty...
Can I say this right?
Defying gravity, yes.
What a wicked pun. Never mind. I will not about it. Okay, like, he doesn't look like a 40-year-old.
Yep.
That's one.
He's okay. I think like physiologically, right, his body is like maybe in his 30s, like still in the 30s.
No, he's still in his 30s. It's just that his mind is in 40s, so he's a lot sharper. But I will say this in a sense where he's still Cristiano Ronaldo. Like we said it last week. He's not the same player he was 10 years ago. Doesn't mean that he's gotten so exponentially bad, right, that he should retire.
Or like he cannot even kick a ball anymore.
Yes, correct. He's still Cristiano Ronaldo. It's just that the thing is that this fella, his heights are so high that when he's not doing well, right, his low is like another man's prime. So
like,
I mean,
players can even dream of it, like being his, low,
Yeah, exactly. Kind of so it ends up in a question where like you are also not really surprised. Like it's like, oh yeah, it's Cristiano. He can still do that.
Yeah, and it's like there were people who say that it's a Saudi league, and how it's a farmers league where anybody can score. But you don't see like what Mitrovic, Benzema at the time. They're not scoring goals like that,
No, they're not.
Like what Firmino, all this. You never hear about those strikers that go to the Saudi league and basically just disappear off the face of the earth.
Yeah,
they're just like collecting their money and everything. But this guy is like trying to inch his name in history like even more. It's basically just telling his body, right, I'm not done yet,
Yeah,
it's like,
agreed.
I am done when I say we're done, that kind of thing. Yeah, but I think it's pretty awesome to see, bro, the bicycle kick at 40 years old.
Yeah,
he's a father of like what? Father of 3 or 4, right?
Yeah, agree. But
you shouldn't be doing these kind of things, man.
But I will say this like to me, I look at it more in a sense where he's still Cristiano. He can still score goals. He's still got a killing instinct. He still wants to play football. It's just a matter of whether or not he will actually carry on after the World Cup. I think that's a separate question. Am I surprised that he scored a bicycle kick? Not really.
Yep.
I mean, you look at him, right? He's a physical specimen. Like he's like a robot. Like remember what Patrice ever said last time? Never ever go to Cristiano Ronaldo's house and have lunch.
You just eat chicken.
Yeah,
chicken.
It's like I'm having a training session after training.
You say you're not gonna go after it.
Yeah, he said after you're not gonna go after that, right? But yeah, like, I mean, like it's cool. So that's a nice what's going on. Cristiano Ronaldo still has it in him, right? But I mean, anybody want bigger stage? World Cup coming up soon. Hopefully he goes well. So with that, bro, shall we get into today's episode?
Let's do it, man.
Okay, so today we had to talk about Liverpool, Anfield, a 3-0 loss to Nottingham Forest. Another loss for Arne Slot.
Oh, yeah, man.
And to be really frank, right, as a Man United fan, the media outrage and the lack of media outrage, right, is kind of irritating me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because
where's all the attention on this, right?
six games lost this year out of 12. Is either one or is lost.
7, right?
Again?
They lost 6 games in 7. Oh,
they lost six games in 7.
That's crazy.
So 6 games lost. A negative 2-goal difference. The worst part about this, right, is that they have not scored this week. Last week, in total, in the past 5 games, right, including the Champions League, right, they've only scored 3 goals. They have conceded 9.
But where is Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville, man? Why are they not calling Arne Slot out?
Yeah.
When it's like a certain Portuguese manager, Man Utd needs to cut their losses.
Bro, let's just talk about the match first, right? I think first of all,
let's talk about the match.
First of all, right, Nottingham Forest played very well. It should have been 4-0 because the disallowed goal by Jesus, right, should not have been disallowed because I think the ball...
Bro, how was that even...
That's not a handball.
Since when your chest is your hand? I don't understand.
The ball landed on his chest.
Yeah, they were very, very lucky that it will still remain 1-0 after that.
Yep.
And then when I saw that, I was like, okay, this is how it's gonna happen. They're gonna equalize and they're gonna like win the game. Nottingham
Forest, right? They are a team to reckon with, right? And they are a epitome of like, I'm gonna park the bus inside the box. Bro, the Elliot Anderson off the line clearance, right? There were 6 of them in front of the goal. There were 3 of them behind the goalkeeper.
That's crazy.
Which is like mad to me, right? But I mean, that's why they got the clean sheet, because they threw everything they had behind the ball. Like, make sure that everything was there. The way that they conceded those goals, like the Murillo goal, how the ball landed straight at his feet, then he smashed. The Savona goal, right? He's outside the box when the ball first went into the box. He had an open lane, then he just tapped it in, right? And then the Gibbs one was he just smashed into the bottom corner of the net. Like, you can say, okay, Mamada's really right. Alisson come back also no difference, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then they're saying like, because they don't have like depth in their centre back, right? But it's like Konate and Van Dijk,
Yep.
This pairing won the league the year before.
And you're saying that Van Dijk is probably one of the greatest centre backs in Premier League history.
I don't remember Vidic or Ferdinand losing 6 out of 7,
No, bro.
Okay, maybe a bit when 13, 14 season.
No, bro, we never lost 6 or 7 in a row. It was always
like
one
6
loss.
out of 7, right? Yeah.
It was always one loss, then a draw, then maybe 2 or 3 wins, right? Then another loss. It was never like 6 out of 7. 6 out of 7 is crisis here.
Yeah, but I want to understand, right? Like, why is there so little media coverage on this? And then when you see the Sky Sports, they say like, this what's that? Jamie Redknapp, is it?
Yep.
This manager needs time. This kind of narrative that they put. I think it's a little bit contradicting and double standards towards certain teams.
Bro, I tell you what, right? It's very obvious, right? Because if you remember last year, Gary Neville said something similar about the manager. Yeah. He said that he needs a bit of time, maybe give him time, right? Then everybody was saying, it's Man United, like he shouldn't have time.
Yeah.
Then now it's a similar situation, if not worse, right? Like, remember I showed you that particular stat, right? Remember the last 30 games?
Yep. Arne Slot lost more than Ruben Amorim.
Correct. So, like, in the last 30 games, this is the record, guys. Like, just to be really frank, and saying that, and we're not coming from a biased perspective or anything, right? In the last 30 games that Arne Slot has played for Liverpool, right? They have won 14, drawn 3, lost 13. 14 plus 3 is 42, 42 plus 3 is 45. United is 40. 5 points difference. But the fact that
the
he
amount
lost,
of games you lost, yeah.
but he lost 13 eh.
I don't know, bro. Yeah, so I think, and this is coming up at the top of like you spending 450 million. So
Yes,
I think,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like what is the logical reason to that this is happening. You know,
You can't.
I just can't, bro. And it's
You
like
can't. No, there is something inherently wrong there. We talked about this, right? In 13-14, the last time a champions had this far fell off was Asma with David Moyes.
the David Moyes, right? Yeah,
David Moyes season, right? And we both of us went back to check, right? United lost 5 in the first 12. And Slot lost 6 in his first 12. David Moyes got sacked before the season ended.
for Arne Slot, the only saving grace is because he won the league.
Yes,
Like in his first year.
That's his only saving grace.
But okay, I think arguably you can say that y'all can keep him.
Yep.
But this is where they need to be very careful. Because we will say the same thing, right? Like, do you all want to keep him and then see how this thing pans out and then suddenly find yourself to be like the Eric Ten Hag of
Manchester
United? Yeah, you know? Or he better just find a way to make it work. You know, like Isak's not firing. Salah is like a shadow of a player that he was, you know?
Correct.
Van Dijk is also another one. Konate is don't even get me started on Konate.
I don't know whether this is I don't know whether this is true, right? But there was a meme that said that Newcastle United posted that stop calling for a refund.
They say we don't accept refunds.
Yeah. But
no, you know what they say? The Jamie Carragher, right? He said that January they need to spend more money.
Bro, you spend almost half a billion on players, right? Why do you need to spend more money?
Okay, I think
defender.
Okay,
you need
the social, correct. The social media is a very funny way to say, oh, we need to spend more money. But then I think Jamie Carragher said they need to buy another centre back. But is centre back your main issue? I don't know, because you lost 3-0 at home.
Yep.
You never ever score a goal. You lost 3-0 at the Etihad. You couldn't even beat arguably the worst Man United team ever.
Yep.
At Anfield. You lost to Brentford 3-2.
and you haven't scored a goal in 2 games. You lost 3-0.
You lost to Crystal Palace. You lost to Chelsea.
City,
yeah.
And you lose 3-0 to Forest, right? You got no goals in 2 games and you conceded 6. Your goal difference is -6 from that. You want to take the mick out of Man United fans, right? You have a worse goal difference than us. You have a worse goal difference than Bournemouth.
And your attack costs like 150 million. Right?
Yep.
Like you don't want to compare price tags and everything, but then if you spend like what they always been saying to us, right?
Yeah.
If you spend that kind of money, you better deliver, man.
Yeah.
And you better deliver quick.
I agree.
You have all the time in the world. Yeah.
I think for me, right, the only saving grace that I feel Arne Slot has, right, aside from the league, right, is that Liverpool and the Champions League. If you were to look back at the time when David Moyes, before he got sacked, right, he only got sacked after United got knocked out.
Oh, at Bayern, right?
Yes. After the Bayern game, then that was when he went. Because there was no point already. Like, you are not going to win the title. You're
out of Champions League. Yeah.
And you're out of Champions League. Right? And mind you, right, United have not sacked the manager at that time for almost 25 plus years because Ferguson was at the helm.
Yep.
So now, right, your stalwart in Klopp is gone, and your successor, right, may have just been a mirage.
Riding on the muscle memory, right?
Yes, riding on the muscle memory of what his predecessor had.
What Klopp left for him, yeah.
What Klopp left, right? But other than that, bro, I don't know whether, okay, maybe we can say that, okay, Jota's death affected them, right? But something just looks more inherently off than that. I think it's worse.
I agree. Just like you, bro, when you told me about the outline for this episode today, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on.
You can't explain it.
Yeah. It's literally like maybe United 10 years ago. On paper, you just cannot explain why is it going on.
Yep.
But maybe at that time, we say, oh, it's the Glazers, it's the manager. But then, here it's like you have all the tools, but everything's not working.
Yep. But I feel here's the difference. In that one, right, United had an aging squad, and United didn't want to spend money. So in the end, all they got was Mata and Fellaini. This one is a war chest given to you.
Apart from the defender, everything you wanted, you got it. Right?
Bro, how many clubs would give a hand and a leg for
450 million?
For Words, for Isak, for Frimpong, for Kerkes. I don't know, man. Like Liverpool fans, I'm sorry, but if this carries on, if let's say by the end of the year you finish up with like maybe close to double-digit losses, right? And like I want to say something, right? Can you imagine this, right? Before I move on, at the beginning of the season, right? How many last-minute goals did they actually score? Newcastle was late. Arsenal was late.
Arsenal was like 1-0 the Szoboszlai free kick, right?
83 minutes.
Yeah, Everton and Burnley, right?
Correct.
Last minute.
And then
But then after that, the last minute train stopped.
no, not Everton. It was Burnley,
Yeah.
Newcastle,
Bournemouth.
Liverpool, Burnley, and then they beat Bournemouth. So they started the season with 4 games in a row, right?
Yep.
So you imagine, right? If they didn't score last minute, it's dropped against Burnley, drop 1 point. You didn't score against Liverpool, you drop another point. So basically, you drop, I think, so probably maybe 3. So that's minus 6. You beat Newcastle, you drop 2, so that's -8. And then, yeah, so if you -8, right, bro?
They would be in a worse position than they are.
You
now.
are
But I feel that
-8, bro.
this position is already very bad for them.
No, it's bad already, but bro, if they didn't get all those last minute goals at the beginning of the season, right? Currently, they would be 18.
Okay, but they grinded out the win, so we can't really say that.
Yeah, I mean, we cannot say that. But it's like, you can't. I think the biggest thing for us, right, is that you cannot take over this problem.
Yeah.
It's something that is inherently wrong already.
I just want to know, like, how many games do you have to lose, right, to say that, okay, if I lose this amount of games, I can never be champion already. So as of now, they already lost 6 in the league.
No, bro, the moment you get close to double digits, you're done already. Like, you lose 2 more, it's over already.
Like, confirm over.
Confirm over already. I think
now it's really about
to consider over. It's 11 point gap.
Yeah, that's true.
You really what? Like, last year they lost 4.
Yeah, and they already beat that. They already surpassed that now already. Right?
Exactly. Then in 23-24, right, they lost 4 also. City won the league, right? They lost 3.
It's crazy, man.
I think, right, like...
I hope Ned was on here, then I want to hear what he really truly thinks about this Liverpool team.
You give it 1 more week, like, if Liverpool lose again, right, then he'll be here. But I really feel like, bro, like, this is an inherent problem that needs to get fixed, really. There is something inherently wrong at Liverpool, and at this point, I cannot pinpoint what it is.
It's like the quietest I've ever seen Jamie Carragher.
Yep.
Like never see him on social media, bro.
Yep, bro.
Okay,
Cannot. Totally cannot. They have scored less goals than Man United, and they've conceded more.
And they have the best. And they have supposedly have the best defender in the Premier League history. Yeah.
Yep. So I don't know, man. Liverpool, so many question marks. Y'all gotta get it together, right? Moving on. Let's talk about Man City versus Newcastle. But I really want to say, right, before we move on to Newcastle City, right, Nottingham Forest, right, is a freaking good team.
Sean Dyche, bro. Right?
Bro, I don't know.
I thought Forest under Nuno was already good.
This one is also quite good.
This one is like it's about the same level that
it's about the same level, right? But like Gibbs White, Elliot Anderson, they're all playing very well.
Yep.
So
exactly, bro.
And it's like the way that they attack Liverpool, right? It's like try to get into the box, anything. It's like applying pressure, bro. No matter what they're trying to do, it's like I'm just gonna try my best to just get inside. It's like who wanted it more? Then Nottingham Forest just wanted it more, clearly, lah.
Yeah.
So
they like in a way like climb themselves out of trouble already, right?
Yeah. But I think moving on, right? Let's move over to Newcastle and Man City. We will not talk much about the Arsenal game because it's 4-1 Arsenal.
Pretty straightforward. Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. They are 6 points. They are 6 points clear of the top of the table, from Chelsea. City. Another problem. Another problem, right? But I will say this: in City's defense, they should have gotten 2 penalties.
I agree.
Yeah, like the Shah tackle, which was 100% a penalty, and then there was a handball from a Newcastle defender that literally hit his hand. It's like
the Malik Teo.
Yeah, right. It hit his hand right here, right? So there is no way that's not a penalty to me, lah. So to be really frank, right, I'm surprised that both of it was gonna rule out. It should have been, both of it should be a penalty, right? And maybe you could say that, okay, if they had 2 penalties, City would have won this game. However, the way that they conceded those goals, right, bro, cannot lah. Like Donnarumma did what he could, right? But Harvey Barnes shot outside the box after he missed on early in the first half, right? And then typical FIFA 23 goal. Ping pong, up, down, left, right, bounce, then tap into the net, then score. What do you think? Because there were chances, bro. Foden had missed a sitter.
Yeah, Haaland also, right? Missed a clear chance. I mean, like the keeper saved his 1-on-1 lah. It was a square and then a tap. So, City is not the same as they were like a few years ago.
Yep.
They are keeping themselves competitive. They are still in the top 3. But honestly speaking, if can they go toe to toe against Arsenal? If you play Arsenal alone, maybe you can. But if you're playing like a marathon, season-long marathon, right? And if you continue keeping up like that, they're going to lose ground very fast. I think now the gap is like 7 between City and Arsenal.
Yep, and Chelsea is ahead of City, which is something I never thought I'd say.
And it's not very like ideal, you know.
Yep.
It's important not to let Arsenal run away with it.
Yep,
Like, you know how Liverpool run away with last. So these two teams better wake up. You know, especially Man City. They are still in a position where they are winning games, but still choking once in a while.
They're not okay. They're
not as dominant.
No, I feel that teams don't fear them anymore. They're not scared of them.
Correct.
Yeah, like there's no
they don't really have like De Bruyne anymore. Yeah.
Correct.
Haaland is like, if you know how to isolate him, he can't do anything.
Yep. I agree. And you must understand that if they don't make up ground in the coming games, right, it's done already. Because Arsenal's next coming games is Chelsea, Brentford, Aston Villa, and Wolves and Everton. So it's not the hardest run. Right? Yeah. It's not the hardest run. It's relatively quite straightforward. Like Arsenal should be able to get maximum points. So when
unless Chelsea beat them, right?
Correct. But when you look at City, right, like, and not taking anything away from Newcastle, right? Newcastle is Newcastle. Like they will somehow play well against the bigger teams. And do they deserve this win? Yes. Do you think that City should have won? 100% yes. Yep. But what happens at the end of the day is just dictates what it is. They still lost. City lost, right? But do you see the argument after the game between Bruno Guimaraes and Pep Guardiola?
No.
They were talking, and then there was like a debate, and then Pep had to address it inside the media.
Oh, he says he's a very good player or something, right?
I can't remember what he said, but he said something, and then he screamed into a headset of a cameraman. from what I saw, but we shall see. I do think, right, like City, right, I don't think they're gonna win the title. But I do think that. But hold on. Okay. But I do think, right, that at the end of the day, right, if they don't do well, and if they continue to struggle like this, right, they're going to be in for a rough ride for the next couple of years because the squad is just not good enough. You cannot rely on Haaland. And Foden's form is dipping so bad.
Where he doesn't even start like every game.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, so it's just terrible. I think, crazy, man. Crazy times.
Yeah, what to do. But City, they're still 7 points behind, so we shall see. Moving on, let's talk about the match of the week, which is Chelsea versus Arsenal. Chelsea won 2-0 against Burnley. And then Arsenal beat Spurs 4-1 in a North London derby. Wow, Spurs fans, you've got to be humiliated. Yeah, this is just bad. It's a top of the table clash. Chelsea win.
They drag them back down, right?
Point back to 6 points.
3 points.
3 to 3 points, right? No, to 3 points. Arsenal win, right? Can give the title to them already. 9 points up, bro. It's over. It's over already, right? And then I have to hear Ty talk about Arsenal winning the Premier League for another 20 years. Over a Man City team and a Liverpool team. So, do you think Chelsea have a chance?
I like to think so. Yeah, I like to think so, considering the fact that they won like 4 out of 5 games.
Yep.
Their last 5 games. Yeah. So I think they are in very good form. The only game that they lost to was, I think,
United.
Sunderland.
Yeah.
At home. Yeah. So if they had won that, right, they would have been closer, like maybe 36 points. Yeah. And then their goal difference also is actually not that bad. They scored like 23, considered 11. So it's like a positive 12, right? And then what really surprises me is like their midfielders are the ones that are performing. Like Enzo, Caicedo, less so of the strikers and the wingers, you know. Yeah, so I don't think like Delap is performing at all. I think João Pedro is the one that's the guy they are feeding forward, and then Pedro Neto over Garnacho, yes. And then the other guy will be the Estavo. I think very, very good signing. So, yeah. I think Chelsea just seem to find a way to
win.
We get results.
Yeah.
Just to get results. And then make things work in their favor, lor. Yeah.
I mean, you gotta see how it goes because it is 6 points now. If Chelsea win, right, it's a 3-point gap.
Yep.
Everything is open, but if Chelsea lose, right, done, bro. It's done and dusted.
Yep.
They're not gonna do it.
And it's not really the halfway mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because, right, like I said, Arsenal's run of games are not the hardest. So if you don't close the gap now, right, it's going to be it's going to be very difficult to close the gap down down the line. So yeah, bro, I don't know lah. Predictions?
I don't know. I want Chelsea to win lah, but I would say a draw or something lah. I think draw 1-1.
Okay. 2-2.
Okay, 2-2.
2-2.
I think fair. Draw will be a fair. Even for Arsenal, it will be a fair result.
Yeah, I think Arsenal will be a fair result. I think 2-2 is possible, considering the fact that they're both capable of scoring goals lah.
Yeah,
we shall see. So with that, you got anything else to add before we close?
I'm good, brother.
Okay, so with that, we've come to at the end of this week's episode of the Football Kaki. All right, so that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you and hope to continue watching all the shows, which are the Copy Bros every Monday, where we have some fun interviews lined up for you. And if you do like the news in a different light, we do have the Loud Tales podcast every Friday, where we come to talk about news in a fun and unique way. So with that, from me and Paul, do you have anything else to add, bro, before we go for this week's episode of Football Kaki?
I think there's Champions League, but I think they're still in the middle of the matches, so I think they can chill. I think Chelsea's playing Barcelona. Quite a few games to look out for. Yeah.
Yeah, we shall see.
A competition that we're not part of, but good to check the results once in a while.
Yeah, what to do. So with that, bro, have a great week ahead. Arsenal playing Bayern, by the way. So
nice.
Yeah, so with that, have a great week ahead to everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.